I have a hypothesis that Beyonce's turn in the Hollywood fire is about to come up. Those entities and beings and corporations who are throwing Diddy to the wolves for doing what they asked him to do, and gave him the platform to do, I think that Beyonce is going to be coming up very, very soon. One, of course, because she is coupled with Jay-Z, and everyone can sense that it's going to be his time coming up. It's only a matter of time at this point. The second thing that really caught my eye was a picture of Kelly Roland that I saw, because allegedly, this is all my opinion. I don't have any facts to back this up. This is just what I'm thinking. Allegedly, when the next Hollywood kitten is pronounced and brought out to the people, they will either come out in a picture wearing a cheetah print thing, or if they are the top deal next in line, they will come out with a dress that's similar to these earrings, a real sparkle diamond dress and blonde hair. Now, I did not go back to look at the picture to see if she had blonde hair, but I believe she did, because the way she was posed, I thought immediately, uh-oh, Beyonce's about to go down. And they're going to pull a Judas story, because Beyonce is going to be held to the fire for whatever her stuff had to do with this, because the people that are controlling this play, this illusion, this movie that we call world and life and the entertainment industry. And we're going to find out, I believe, that the entertainment industry and the powers that be or were have a lot more influence in other things. We're going to see how connected all of this stuff actually is, and the debauchery and the nonsense that happens in community and society. I think we're going to see how much these other beings have actually influenced and potentially had a hand in. But on a lighter level, I think that Beyonce is going to be betrayed by Kelly Rowland, because for Kelly's whole life, this is the perfect villain origin story. Kelly has always come second to Beyonce. Beyonce apparently was not allowed, this is all alleged, I'm just saying what I've heard. Beyonce allegedly was not allowed to tan, but Kelly and all the other members of Beyonce's group, Destiny's Child, and I'm saying that for a reason, Beyonce's group was made to tan, so Beyonce would stand out. Beyonce was given the best parts. Beyonce was put on a pedestal. Beyonce's career is the only one who thrived as a solo artist. Let's keep it a band sandwich. People have told Kelly Rowland that she was prettier than Beyonce. They can't understand why Beyonce got all this. She was under Beyonce's parents. They were in charge, so of course they put Beyonce on a pedestal. Kelly Rowland is the one with all the talent, but she's been overlooked. She has the perfect villain origin story to be the person to come out and tell how Beyonce really was, and then take her place. I also feel like there was a video of Black China talking to Wendy Williams, and to the naked eye, it seemed like she was comforting her and all this stuff. But to me, it seemed like she was threatening her. And everything that she said, the energy that I was reading was she meant the opposite of it. She was saying, oh, remember when you did this and this to me, and I needed you, and how you did me? Well, look at what I'm finna do to you. But since other people don't speak opposite, they're not going to hear it that way. That's what I interpreted it as. Allegedly, that's just my opinion. To me, it seemed like Angela White, Black China, and I've always been a stan of Black China. I don't know. Her vibe is just interesting to me in a good way. But it seemed like she was threatening Wendy Williams, in my opinion. But that's another story for another day. Go watch the video and see if you get the same thing I'm getting. But Kelly Rowland's origin villain story started when she and Beyonce came together. She didn't have a mother, unfortunately, for a good portion of her life, because her mother passed away. And that's a huge, huge thing to happen to a child. And so she was basically under the tutelage of the Knowles family. But she was never Beyonce. She was never Beyonce. Like, I don't have to say anything else. She was not Beyonce. She was Kelly. She was second place, okay? In the eyes of everybody for the most part. It was Beyonce's group. And for a while, she would go out to bat like, no, I don't feel that way. But at some point, you start to realize, like, wait a minute, she really was second place. So that could, in a certain way, turn her into a potential Judas of Beyonce. So once she perhaps could get her opportunity to shine. And she might have been angry at Beyonce. She might have done this. And then what we see that the industry does is they turn friends against each other. So even if from the background Beyonce wasn't doing this, the industry could have been doing this. Look at all of the other bands that ever existed. Look at Mindless Behavior. Look at the band Justin Timberlake was in. Look at the band Jackson 5. All of these bands were eventually disbanded because of jealousy or because one person was put above the next. Michael and one of his brothers had a whole beef that they were making sneak diss tracks about each other. They had a whole beef. That was a family. So imagine what the industry can do to somebody, perhaps potentially like a Kelly Roland. And these are all their characters that they play. So we don't really know what's going on behind closed doors. Then you get Beyonce is the one who's going on tour. All these things. Beyonce can do no wrong. She has the beehive. Kelly don't have a fan base. Kelly don't have a beehive, but she probably gonna get one. Kelly hasn't had a successful solo song since Baby I Can Be a Motivation. And that didn't even do crazy numbers. Not to say that she's not talented, not to say that she doesn't have the capability to, but perhaps Beyonce might have been stifling her career. We don't know. And even if Beyonce wasn't, perhaps that's what she thinks. Because allegedly, Beyonce is known to stifle people's career. Beyonce is known to steal ideas from people, allegedly. So Kelly Rowland has the perfect villain origin story. And after I saw that picture on her Instagram, I immediately started to think, oh shoot, she's going to turn on Beyonce and they are going to prop her up potentially to take Beyonce's spot. And the narrative we might start hearing is, oh, it was always Kelly. It was never Beyonce. No, it was Beyonce. Beyonce is Beyonce. Kelly Rowland is Kelly Rowland. And perhaps in another alternative reality where Kelly Rowland was given the opportunity to shine and grow, she would have been Kelly Rowland. But that's not where we live. But what could end up happening is that Kelly Rowland will start to be presented as a victim of Beyonce, and she will come out. Maybe she'll write a book. Maybe she'll do some interviews, whatever it is. But I believe that Kelly Rowland is going to turn on Beyonce and is going to tell all of these things, all of these truths that she's been feeling all along, and she is going to become Beyonce's Judas. Now, don't think I'm comparing Beyonce to Jesus, because that is not what I'm doing. I am saying that Kelly Rowland has the perfect origin villain story, and she might have some real things to share. But I think the reason why she's sharing it is because in Beyonce's takedown, Kelly Rowland will have the opportunity to shine, which is why I am saying, allegedly, perhaps conspiracy theory, that the filmmakers of this thing that we call Hollywood and this thing that we call life are trying to keep the distraction going. Because now, when public opinion is so worried about Kelly Rowland and Beyonce beef, they might not be as concerned about who was on Schmeckstein Island, who was on them the Diddler tapes. That's what I think. So we'll see.